From the beginning of childhood, we're blessed with the gift of imagination that has the opportunity to expand and take shape in our specific tastes. For me, it was through writing stories, practicing song routines, and drawing battles that only I could imagine.
As for me, I drew characters on paper, animations on Flipnote, and wrote poetry. Yeah.
But due to age, time, responsibility, and mainstream dread, I have this sighing feeling that creativity is dead. But that isn't exactly the case. Well, what is creativity exactly?
I don't know.
Shh. Sometimes, creativity is seen as taboo or childish. Being creative could be seen as the refusal of growing up, or it could even paint you as an outcast. In childhood, it could have alienated you from certain groups. Some people think you're weird, or maybe you were seen as troublesome. You had too much of an imagination.
That's kind of a negative outlook, bro. Creating is not only a fun activity in childhood, but it can help release emotions through art, since young people experience many new and intense feelings. It can also make your expression stand out in the class, since everyone has their own version of childlike wonder that shines through, even if it's drawn with crayons and glitter glue.
Do you like my drawing? I worked so hard on it.
We are still doing this? We are still doing this! I am an adult. I work a job. You are older than me and you are still fucking doing this. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
What creativity is defined as is the use of imagination for original ideas, and it's commonly associated with artistic expression. Truly, we think creatively in many ways without us even creating anything. When we think of hypothetical situations and dream of possible solutions, that is us also using our creativity. But going forward, we're speaking purely on the artistic and imaginative aspect of what creativity is.
Creativity is seen bleeding out on the floor. We need to figure out who did it. No! No! Oh God, somebody help him! Oh! Oh!
People claim creativity is dead, and truthfully, it comes down to three main reasons: suppression, numbers, and burnout.
Part 1, Burnout.
Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever been so burnt out you just want to die?
I'm so burnt out I want to kill myself.
Well, luckily, here at Motivation HQ, we have people that we hire to help you with your motivation issues.
I'm gonna do it.
Writer's block might be my biggest enemy, my nemesis, the ex's number I can never delete from my phone. It's a plague that blasts us all, and one a lot of us can truly never escape at the end of the day. I'm lucky to have rarely fought this beast, but when it hits me, it drags me down with it. Burnout and a lack of motivation can be a killer for your creativity. Is it dead?
Nope, I think it's still moving. Wait, never mind. Over the years of creating online, I've seen many fellow artists and content creators quitting because of burnout. Working for so long that at some point it feels pointless to keep going. Too much of their energy being spent with not enough reward or passion. And eventually that passion, like a resource, is worn out and burnt up.
Part 2, Numbers.
Without growing older, responsibilities, a lack of art, writer's block, other people discouraging you, or loss of motivation. Some people claim creativity is dead because of social media or, well, YouTube.
Creativity is dead.
Which is understandable, because in a time where everything may seem like it's the same and we can't find our own rhythm, how can people expect us to create our own melody just for it to be compared to another song? It's difficult, I know, and I struggle with the same feelings. It's also difficult trying to flourish in creativity when the next video you see could flow in a way like, "Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about and what they did wrong. Do you have a problem with this person?"
No.
Oh. So you agree that they're problematic?
What? I said that I don't have a problem with them. I don't have anything to say.
Oh, your silence is very telling. No.
In 2017, I had a pretty big fixation on the creator Bill Wirtz.
Oh, I love this video idea. Hello everyone, today we're talking about the dangers of parasociality with my good friend Raccoon Hog.
I'm Raccoon Hog. 2017, I had a pretty big hyperfixation on Bill Wirtz.
Oh, I love art. I really practice too.
Welcome back to my channel! Today we're reacting to this video.
From the beginning of childhood, We're blessed with the gift of imagination that has the opportunity to expand and take shape in our specific tastes. For me, after a plague of Hollywood repeats, trending competitions, and the repeat and wash of the same kind of content, it seems even more difficult to find inspiration. Which is hard because inspiration is one of the main things that can truly help your creative brain soar through the clouds. Like an angel. Like an angel. An angel. An angel. It seeps away from you. You're trying to grab it, but it just won't let you in. With the combination of everything we mentioned before, and creativity seeming like it's dead with any media you try to look into, it truly leads you into a mindset where you believe it's dead. And no one else was invited to the funeral, except for the very numbers and profit that it bred originally.
Part 3. Suppression.
As many people get older, the desire to create can become suppressed. You know, people who used to draw a lot as a kid, but somewhere that drive just faded away. They might have been shamed for creativity, look back at their past self and see it as just cringy or childish.
And you really shouldn't. Raw creativity from your youth is a reflection on who you are, and suppressing that as you grow up can result in you suppressing a side of yourself. I've tried my best not to repeat that habit.
Society can pressure you to believe creativity is too childish and you need to move on from it to be a responsible adult. But it's one thing to learn how to manage the responsibilities of adulthood, and another thing to completely cut off your ability to appreciate the curiosity and wonder associated with youth. As an adult, I'm still very much in touch with my younger self. I always want to learn more about the world and the little things that make it what it is. Sometimes people compare themselves to others. It can be a bad habit to look at artists who master their craft and hold jealousy/envy, or in some cases outwardly dismiss their passion.
I've compared myself to others many times. I feel like I might be falling behind if I can't master what they've mastered. It hurts and it hinders your own ability. The same cycle continues forward when you're an adult with too many responsibilities and worries that you feel like you don't have the time or heart to afford creating anymore. You get so exhausted from your day-to-day that you don't want to pick up that guitar you promised yourself you were going to learn months ago. Look, you've been singing for 3 years. Don't compare yourself to the prodigy who's 3 years younger than you, but has been doing vocal lessons since he learned his ABCs. It's not fair.
Comparing and suppressing yourself can cause you to suppress others, and the cycle continues.
If you constantly compare yourself to the people around you instead of focusing on your own craft and constantly suppressing your inner child that helps you express yourself to your fullest, your mindset is the one splattering the red paint on the canvas.
Part 4. This is the last time you'll hear of me.
The majority of people say they don't feel that spark when they get older. It's said with age, with responsibility, with realizing the truth of our reality, we begin to see much less color on the canvas. What once was bright, vibrant adolescence is now turned into dull mediocrity in adulthood, and instead, we act as we're told. Hobbies become exhausting. Art can be wasteful and time must be productive. There's also the constant chance when we're trying to tackle what we truly want to do, our body or our brains don't allow us to even try. We're burnt out and we lose the ability temporarily. Sure, these pessimistic views can be said to be exaggerated, but a lot of the people truly do talk and believe this way.
I think I know who did it.
What?
Help me, what is that? The person who killed creativity is...
Hello everyone and welcome back. We are the On the Nose podcast, and today we're going to be revealing who killed creativity.
Oh my god, I've been wanting to know so bad, like, who did it, why did I do it, and can I do it too?
I've been saying that the whole time. Shut the fuck up. I didn't ask for your input. The person who killed creativity is... Oh, that's a... Like, the person who killed creativity is... That's my grandma's will.
Come on.
I think we're gonna have to end the show early.
I don't think creativity is dead. As people, we're too easily intrigued and inspired by those around us. In our youth, we're put in environments where creativity and imagination is applauded, so naturally, it flourishes.
Somebody who truly believes creativity is dead could walk into a museum with complete dismissal. No matter where they look, it's like the intended meanings of artists are ghosts, completely invisible. It's possible to be ignorant to certain types of art, especially if you're not particularly interested or understanding of them. Like when I was a kid, I hated how popular love songs were because I didn't understand the deeper meaning of love. It felt so overused and surface level. Despite being an artist myself, in the eyes of younger me, the artistry in those songs were dead. But now I know, you don't have to personally like something to acknowledge the life that was brought by the creator.
I personally don't believe it to be dead. You can be limited by adulthood and responsibility, you could be going through a temporary block, or you could have the ultimate drought in your mind where nothing is coming to you and you can't think of anything. But it doesn't have to be dead. With the example of a museum, looking at pieces and artifacts could inspire you to think about what they were made for, and what emotion you're supposed to feel when seeing it. You see, when looking into creativity as dead, a lot of the videos I saw had small viewership, but the numbers didn't matter. They were written almost flawlessly, which is ironic, because what prompted and inspired them to make these videos was the fact that they believed creativity is dead, and that sparked a new creation of their own. Inspiration is all about the way you interpret art. That is being creative. When something inspires you so much that it helps you complete something entirely on your own. It's a chain reaction to where you see someone else's creations and it inspires you to make something new. So, believing creativity is dead and taking that emotion and feeling, then making it into something, means you were inspired by believing creativity was dead itself. But that's just one aspect.
Creativity is alive throughout everything I do. From my career, to my emotions, to everyday life, it's like I'm quite literally breathing it in and flowing through my veins. From the poetic energy of deep conversations with friends, to the passionate metaphorical expressions of emotions embodied through my music and art. To somebody like me, even the most mundane and overlooked experiences can contain a story. There is almost no possible way to kill creativity from this perspective.
As a child, I'd watch raindrops fall down the car window and pretend they were having a race. I'd always grab pieces of paper and draw doodles and battles. I love visual art, actually. Anytime I'd watch a movie or listen to a song, I'd imagine a story to it. In fact, I'd usually write them. As I grew a little older, I'd film everything. I tried to DJ while story writing too, which is probably a little counterproductive in retrospect.
Do you think I should start the paragraph with in the beginning? Do you think I should start the paragraph with... Do you think I should start the paragraph with in the beginning? Yay!
I went from making Lego movies, to Let's Plays, to Roblox movies in the span of a few years, from my late prepubescence to my preteens. I was always creative. No matter what, I'd do everything I could, anywhere I could. I was writing stories in class, drawing pictures of my favorite characters, making short films on games for YouTube videos, and I'd walk through the halls, imagining myself as a warrior, ready to take down a group of knights, all on the same day. I couldn't do anything without putting my art into it.
Now, when I was a kid, I too was intrigued by storytelling. The first school I went to incentivized creativity. The library was a huge comfort spot for me. My kindergarten best friend introduced me to the Captain Underpants series. Flip-O-Rama sparked my passion for animation. We made our own version called Fun Till You Flip, which is ironic because flipping was the fun part. This led me into pursuing digital art, doodling on MS Paint on my grandparents' computer, and animating on the DSi with Flipnote Studio. Alongside this, my family used to have karaoke nights. We had a home filled with instruments, and my love for music was born with me. Most of my art is based on silly animal people. Me and my friends pretended to be whatever magical creatures we could think of. Overall, my childhood was filled with multifaceted records of creativity on many levels. It's like artistry was baked into my existence since the very beginning.
In modern day, I try to keep as much art in my lifestyle as possible. I make videos like this, consistently story write and script write, practice melodies, and sing as much as I can to the best of my ability. I try to practice at least one of the skills I harbor on a daily basis in some way. If I can't be openly creative about my interests, I feel like it's not worthwhile. And as said before, I too believed I wouldn't feel this way by the time I was this age.
Nowadays, I love to intertwine my interests of visual art, music, and furry characters, and mix them all together. I've made many animated music videos that not only contain original music, visuals, and characters, but metaphors relating to my emotions consistently through all three of these interests. And even when I don't combine all three, I still find a way to add something symbolic and meaningful to me. It's the most effective outlet I have. I love to experiment with new ways to express art, whether it's a different way of combining my own methods of creation or trying new ones I've never tried before. And there's always something new to bring to the table. I never run out of ideas. I hold the perspective of seeing the fabric of the world woven with the material of creativity itself, but I understand why others can see it buried deep in the ground and missing the funeral. But when it all comes down to it, creativity is in a superposition of dead and alive. Your perspective determines the outcome.
Creativity will truly never abandon you. It festers around us. It flourishes in any environment and makes up most of the reason we do anything. Performing actions out of the norm and expressing yourself in any way can be a form of creativity. Art is with us from the moment we learn how to comprehend anything. No matter the type of thing you're into or how you want to express your feelings, creativity is in your core, and all you need to do is find a way to empower it. You don't need to do it for a living, or be young, or practice for a majority of your life to find a way to imprint your heart onto the canvas. You don't need to be given the tools or told how to love to find a way to express the colors that are hidden inside. Creativity never leaves you. You just have to find a way to let it in.
Yeah, we got paint on our hands.
Take you home with me, baby. Who would have thought you'd see me dead in the ground? I feel alive each moment you come around. Paint all over my eyes, I feel it making me drown. I got my head in the clouds, creatively pouring down.
I got my heart, it's calling me to your house. I always wanted all this and all I'm about. I feel the lovely colors, they're taking me down. I got the art in my eyes, and it's taking us out.
Kill me once, I'm bleeding the timeline. Kill me twice, I'm painting my lifeline. Kill me thrice, I'm singing the sunrise. Switch my mindset, I think we revive.
R.I.P. creativity, really interesting perspectives inside of me, baby. R.I.P. to the industry, I never wanna leave. Take you home with me, baby. R.I.P. to the artistry, combine all three, mix it like red, blue, and green.
Like a knife in the ground or a line on a screen. Am I dead or alive, baby, you tell me.
R.I.P. creativity, R.I.P. to the industry, R.I.P. to the artistry, combine all three, mix it like red, blue, and green.
R.I.P. creativity, R.I.P. to the industry, R.I.P. to the artistry, combine all three, mix it like red, blue, and green.
After a thorough and careful investigation, I have solved the murder of creativity. We all attempted to murder it, but after a medical autopsy, it revealed it still has a pulse. It doesn't matter who murdered it. All that matters now is who will nurture it back to health.